This podcast does not contain spoilers.
Now, I don't think this is a spoiler. It says spoiler, but it doesn't feel like it is to me, so I'll read it and then you can tell me if we can use it or not.
Okay.
The title is...
You can't use it. Sorry. Well, welcome to another episode of Microsodes.
Welcome.
Are you excited to be here today?
I am extremely excited to be here.
Your voice sounds like it.
We've been in our computers for a while, and I haven't used my voice. I think I have to just talk a little bit more.
That makes sense.
So, what movie are we discussing today?
Well, today we have a very special surprise for our audience because we are reviewing a movie that is not currently out on streaming.
Which is very rare for us because 99.9% of the time we watch movies on streaming.
Yeah, we don't really go to the movie theaters that often. In fact, before this movie, I can't remember the last movie that we saw in a movie theater.
It was either Black Phone or Maverick, whichever one came out last.
Okay, I can't remember. It
I
was
can't
one of
either.
those two. But that'll tell you how long that it's been since we've been to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Just kind of it used to be such like a shared experience, and now it just feels like kind of got used to it during COVID. Mm-hmm. And now it makes it a little bit easier. So that way, if you don't have time on a Friday night, or because sometimes it can be kind of almost a half day trip.
Excursion.
Yeah, because, if the movie's 2 hours long and you have half an hour of previews and commercials beforehand.
And commute time, finding a parking spot.
Right. Then you go out to eat maybe afterwards or maybe before.
Or stand in line and buy popcorn.
Right. I don't know. I actually kind of prefer the streaming.
I do too.
But there's some movies that you have to see in a movie theater. And I think this might be one of them.
Yes. The reason we went to see Weapons, not only because the trailer looked incredibly interesting to both of us.
Yes.
But we were like, oh, this is an excuse because our anniversary was also on August 8th.
Right.
So it was the perfect day because Weapons also came out on August 8th.
That is true.
So we thought, you know what? It's Kismet. Isn't that what it is? That's what it is? Kismet?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
And it was actually on a Friday.
What did I say?
I don't know. I was just saying it came out on a Friday.
Oh, yes.
So that way people would know.
On a Friday. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay. This will be short. What the most memorable?
It's a good question. The most memorable is always the first one. So that would have been the water one, A Cure for Wellness.
That was the first movie we saw?
That was the very first movie that we ever saw. And this isn't a shout out to that place, although it's a pretty good movie theater. We went to the
Studio Movie Grill, right?
Studio Movie Grill. Mm-hmm. Yep. And we had dinner and we watched A Cure for Wellness.
Oh, yeah.
We also went and saw, pretty quickly right after that, we went and saw Mother.
Oh, yes.
And that one you really liked. Mm-hmm. I had to kind of
fill me in after.
Fill you in a little bit about the biblical references and stuff that was going on. Mm-hmm. But both of those movies were super strange to me.
Yes.
And I know you love super strange movies.
I loved both of them.
Right.
They were great.
So I know that those would probably be in your top two. But for me, it's like, yeah, I would say the very first one is probably the most memorable.
And what do you remember specifically about that? Was it about the movie or just the experience?
I think it was about the experience. That was one of our very first dates that we ever went on. And so, for me, I think dinner and a movie is always kind of like an easy thing to do, but you still get nervous. You don't want to blow it and then sit there for 2 hours basically in silence with the other person thinking you're a jerk.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit different. I will say this, the other one that really stands out to me, we actually saw it at the same place. But I'll never forget the guy walking up to us and saying, "Order your food now. You do not want to be eating during the movie." Was A Quiet Place, the first one. We saw that at the same place.
Yes.
And he was 100% right. I'm glad. I don't know if you are out there and you ever hear this. I don't know what your name is, but you worked at the Studio Movie Grill whenever the first Quiet Place came out, and you came and you were telling people, order your food and drinks and make sure that you are done because you don't want to be the one crunching in this. And I thought like it was a joke until like the movie really started going. And I was like, he was 100% because there's people that were trying to eat nachos, but even they were embarrassed. It was like,
Yes. Well, I got a barbecue chicken salad, and you have those like the I don't know rinds of the romaine lettuce,
right.
And so I'm like crunch, and I'm like, oh no, everyone could probably hear me,
Right.
But yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was another one that I remember. But that was once again at the beginning part of our relationship. When we went and saw Black Phone, that was pretty interesting because we
Yeah.
went somewhere completely different that we don't ever go to see movies because there was other stuff going on because it was your birthday.
Yeah.
So I remember that one. That one stood out to me. And that was those. I mean, yeah. How about you?
I guess like now that you say that, I think of A Quiet Place or A Cure for Wellness, and I think you bringing it up to me now makes me realize or remember that when we went to the movie, the first movie that we went to, like we've both gone on dates with other people.
Right.
And I remember it being really relaxed. Like I
Yeah.
didn't feel awkward. I didn't feel weird.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was because it wasn't our first date. We went on a couple dates before that.
oh, okay.
And so it made it a little bit easier.
Yeah. So, what is the worst movie you've ever seen in theaters? Like, why did I waste my money and time seeing this in theaters?
Well, at the time, there wasn't any other way to really
Watch new movies, I'm
watch
sure.
it. But for me, and I'm sorry out there if there's people that really love this movie, Batman Forever with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman and George Clooney and all those people that they threw in there. I really think that's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
How about you?
I can't remember.
You can't remember any movie that you've ever almost like, oh, wow, that was terrible.
No.
Oh.
Because the movies that I remember seeing in theaters are the ones that I've seen with you. So, Black Phone, Weapons, obviously.
Right, but I mean, we're
Cure-
talking about like
Ever.
in your childhood ever.
Well, I know that the first movie I ever saw in a theater was 101 Dalmatians because my mom told me. And
You went and saw Spice World. You did all the. You saw these
yeah, but
movies.
Spice Girls were always good movies.
Okay.
I liked those.
Okay, but you saw movies when you were younger and growing up. It's weird that you have this like mental block on you never saw any movies with any of your exes. You guys never went out and saw anything that you were like, wow, this is a really terrible movie. I wish he would never have taken me to see this.
You know what it is? It's I after I see a movie that I don't like, I guess I just like file it in the archives of my brain, and then every 30 days it just deletes it. I'm like, oh, that wasn't good enough for me to remember.
I'm telling you, she is not a robot, but my goodness, what a robotic answer. Okay. All right. So today we're doing weapons.
Weapons.
And as it stands right now, you can only see it in the movie theaters. It's a Warner Brothers picture, so I think it'll be available for streaming. My guess would be on like HBO Max, probably sometime around Halloween.
Okay.
Because it kind of feels like that will give it enough time to be in the theaters. It'll also give it enough time to be on like Fandango at Home, Apple TV Plus, all those different places where you have to pay for it. And I think Prime Video's doing that now too, where you have to pay like $19.99 to see something that's like just released in the movie theater.
Okay.
So that's going to be my guess, but I don't know. I don't have that information.
But it's not available for like purchase now?
Correct. Not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
I looked it up before we started and scrolled through everything, and it's just you can buy tickets on Fandango to see it, but it hasn't been released for streaming yet.
Okay. That was
So-
actually a really cool thing that we did the last time to see Weapons. We went on Fandango and bought the seats for
Right.
the theater or whatever. And then they said download the app, and then all I did was show a QR code. I don't know. This might be like really stupid of me, or it's been a really long time since we've been to the
No,
movies, but
it's
that
not
was
been a
really
long-
cool.
It's not been a long time since we've been to the movies. It's just I'm the one that always like downloads everything
Oh,
because that's how you put them in your wallet.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Like an airplane ticket.
pretty much. I mean, you got to pay to fly. You got to pay to see the movie.
Yep. Well, it was new to me, and that was very exciting.
There you go.
I was this many years old when... No, I'm too old to do that. Never mind.
All right, so the movie details are coming straight at you.
I'm going to tell you the movie details after right now.
After this sentence ends, period. So the name of the movie was Weapons. The release date, like Ashley mentioned earlier, was 8/8 of 2025. The genre, once again, we're paring it down. So mystery, horror, drama. It had a rating of R, which if you watch the previews and you kind of get a sense for it, you'll understand why. It isn't a movie for kids.
No.
I would not recommend, even though there are children in it, I would not recommend it for kids.
Definitely not.
It has a runtime of 2 hours and 8 minutes. The director was Zach Krieger, who's made a bunch of other different things. He was in an improv troupe, but one of the movies that we may do a microsode on later, because it might be kind of fun to piggyback on this, is he also wrote and directed Barbarian, which is an incredible film if you haven't seen that.
Incredibly unique.
Yeah, just very weird, very strange.
Yeah.
But if you see this movie and you haven't seen Barbarian, I would say see Barbarian as well.
Yes.
He also co-wrote it, co-produced it, and then did the co-score for the movie as well.
For this one?
Yeah.
For Weapons? Okay.
And then the platforms that it's currently streaming on are none. Just like what we just talked about earlier. You have to go to the movie theater and see it.
So we recorded this Weapons episode right after we saw it in the theaters. So when we discussed it earlier, it was not available for streaming. But now that we're putting it out on to the interwebs.
The old interwebs. You got to get them. You got to get them every time.
But now that it's live, we thought we'd update you with the streaming platforms it's on currently.
Absolutely. And also, just to Ashley's point, when we saw it in theaters. But this is an incredible movie. It seems like, from what we've heard, it's coming out on Max or HBO Max. I guess they went back to where they were before.
Back to HBO Max.
Back to the future.
Yeah.
It should be releasing, I think you said, for free on Max, right?
Yeah,
or
HBO Max on October 24th.
Oh, nice.
So if
a
you
week before Halloween.
Yes.
If you have HBO Max, I would highly recommend to see it.
Yes. And if you don't have HBO Max, it's currently streaming on Amazon Prime, YouTube, Fandango at Home, the Google Play Store, and Apple TV for $9.99 currently.
Oh, that's it? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That might be one of the movies that I recommend if you don't have HBO Max.
I would pay $10 for it.
I mean, we wouldn't saw it in the theaters.
And it was I think it was worth it. I would have paid more. I mean,
Then $9.99?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we paid more because we went and saw it in theaters.
Right. I was like, how much more did you want to pay? More than the movie theater was offering?
Exactly.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
I guess that makes sense. But I highly recommend it. I think Bobby does too.
Absolutely. It's a great Halloween movie. It's a lot of
Tension,
stuff that's in there.
suspense.
Yeah. Tension, suspense, horror,
Yes.
supernatural.
Yes. Anxiety driven scarability. I don't know.
Okay. We will make up words for you if we can.
Yes. Well,
But
we
see
highly recommend seeing Weapons. If you can, it's streaming now on those 5 platforms. It'll also be on our blog, which will have a link in the show notes, and streaming on HBO Max October 24th.
Here we go. Check it out. Weapons. And those are the movie details.
Thank you. I always appreciate those.
I think the feedback that we've gotten from people too has said that they like that. It just gives them the opportunity to know where they can go. Oh, do I have that streaming service? Is it easy? Oh, I like this. Oh, I wanted a kids movie for tonight. So on and so forth. So
Exactly.
that's kind of the feedback that we've heard too.
Nice. So it's time for Ashley's take on the trailer.
Boom.
So there are 2 trailers for the movie Weapons. I watched both and then took notes and then wrote my synopsis.
I can't wait.
There wasn't a lot to go on.
Okay.
So it's definitely, well, this is a good thing. It's shorter than the other ones. So, okay. When 17 children go missing from a single classroom, the town immediately identifies a prime suspect, Miss Gandy, the teacher. Determined to find the truth and clear her name. I wrote the teacher, but I'll say Miss Gandy. Determined to find the truth and clear her name, Miss Gandy starts an investigation of her own. But how deep does the mystery go? Will she suffer the same fate as the children? Or was she the one to blame all along?
Bum, bum, bum.
End of Ashley's take.
I like it. I mean, you're pretty close to what the synopsis was for the movie. You ready for the synopsis from
Yes.
IMDb?
Yes.
Okay. When all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance.
Dun, dun, dun.
End of synopsis.
Nice.
Yeah, so you were right there.
Yeah, it was very vague.
I think they wanted it to be that way.
I think it was for the best. Because, like you've said before, there's so many trailers where they're so long, you end up seeing everything that the movie's about, including the end. Like, we also have a short on YouTube called Bobby's Trailer. It's his hypothetical ghost story. So if you want, you can watch that, and it's a highlight from our Fountain of Youth episode.
Yeah, and we also put out a trailer for Two Brothers as well.
Yeah, it's a clip from our last episode on Sinners.
There you go. But I do agree with you. It's always nice when they don't give away the entire movie. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes, almost like, I can't remember I think you said it. People who do paintings, there's more said in the negative space than there is filling it in with something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it creates so much more intrigue.
Yeah.
When you don't know what's going on.
Right. Because the audience is going to fill in those blanks on their own.
Right.
And it's like every single person thinks of something a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have different experiences. We've all been through different things.
Right.
So with the blank areas in that story, we might fill it in with something completely different. I mean, even after watching the movie, there's still a lot of blank spaces that could be interpreted differently.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. You ready to
Awesome.
dive into the movie facts?
oh yeah. And we'll be back after this.
Ladies first.
So, my first movie fact for the movie Weapons is they had a completely different cast at first, but because of the Hollywood actors and writers strikes in 2023, they had to delay filming. And when they delayed filming, a lot of the actors that they had already cast for the movie were already in other projects.
Right.
So they had to recast it. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
Wow.
Pedro Pascal was supposed to be Josh Brolin's character.
I think he could have done a pretty good job.
I
Seeing
think
him
so.
in The Last of Us, I think he would have done a fine enough job.
I agree.
But I think Josh Brolin did a great job.
I agree.
Yeah. So at least they had the right... whoever wasn't in it probably is bummed that they weren't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seemed like they had a pretty good idea of who they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
And I would have thought that Pedro Pascal would have done a good job.
Yeah. One of the main characters that was the same actor in both places was the drug addict.
Okay.
So that's pretty
He
cool.
didn't have a lot going on. Was he living in the forest?
He was living in the streets.
Yeah.
He was living in the streets of this suburban town.
Evidently just
And,
waiting for the movie to get made.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Waiting.
He's waiting for Walter White.
That's a movie.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Okay. Where's that? Phoenix? Arizona? New
Yeah,
Mexico?
New Mexico.
One of those Southwest states.
Yeah. I was just saying because the guy, Jesse, he does drugs. And then he's waiting for Walter White because they make meth together. So it was a reference to that.
Oh, no. I like it.
Because you said the guy who's on drugs.
Yes. Yep. I liked it. Thank you.
You got it.
What is your first movie fact?
So
What-
I have
wait.
I have a twofer
Okay.
for my first movie fact, and it has to do with the number 217.
Okay.
In the trailer, it says the kids leave at 217.
Yes.
I just didn't want it to be a spoiler for anyone. So Zach Krieger, the director, said he had a couple different reasons why he used the number 217.
Okay.
The very first one was 17 kids go missing.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 people left, the teacher and one of the students.
Yeah.
So 2 and 17.
I like it.
That's the short one.
Mm-hmm.
The longer one is that Krieger is a huge fan of The Shining.
Okay.
And so he read the book,
Uh-huh.
absolutely loved it, and then was a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick's rendition of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So when Kubrick shot it, in the story written by Stephen King, the room is actually 217. But the hotel where they shot The Shining said, please, for the love of God, don't use 217. Use a room that doesn't exist, so we're going to give you 237. So he
my gosh.
thought
Okay.
for a short time, oh, maybe I should change the time that the kids wake up to 237.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it at 217.
Yeah,
like the
classic. Go
original.
with the book.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought that was really cool.
I like that.
Yeah. That was my first movie fact, but really there was 2.
Nice. Okay, for my second movie fact,
Mm-hmm.
I was noticing this happened when we were in the theater. So when we were in the theater, the title card goes up and it says like weapons at the beginning of the movie. You know how it has like the title of the movie?
Yes.
And I noticed in the O, there was a triangle.
Okay.
And I was like, that is so interesting. And it looks like it means something.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked it up.
Okay.
And it was actually, and I couldn't find this in any of the marketing online. So I think it was only in the title card in the movie.
Wow, this is so interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
so it wasn't like on any of the marketing or anything.
Okay.
And I thought it must be something. So I looked it up, and it actually is a reference to AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. And it is basically, he created a subtle theme within the entire movie addressing alcoholism, which was intentional and alluded to his home life and relationships with alcohol.
Yeah, I read a little bit about that when he was talking about kind of what happens. This won't give anything away, but what happens when something comes into your parental figure's lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, what he had referenced in some of the different things. And he was saying like how something can take that person that you care about so much like away.
Yeah.
That
Like-
is so interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah. So, like, you could watch the movie and think, oh, that could be a major theme.
Right.
And then they also showed in the, okay, I don't think you see it in the trailer, but there's an aunt.
Are you talking about Gladys?
Yeah.
She's in it.
She's in the trailer?
Yeah, I think it's when she goes to see the principal. She's sitting down
Oh,
in the chair one time.
Oh, right. Okay. So there's a kooky looking lady, a very eccentric looking lady.
Yes.
And she has a bell, and the bell rings, like when she rings the bell, and it gives you a close up shot of it. And on the bell, there's an upside down triangle signifying, like, I don't know, the opposite of AA.
So let's
So, like, evil.
drink it. Let's drink and shoot as many drugs as we can. It's the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I thought
That's
that
so
was cool.
Yeah, that's so interesting. It's way better than my second fact. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I have to follow that up because that's incredible. I had no idea about it, and I don't think it was anywhere online that I read. So awesome job.
Well, I saw it because I see things like, especially when it has to do with words, words or fonts or letters or whatever. And when I saw the triangle, I'm like, that means something. But then I looked it up online, and there's nothing online that says anything about
Is it in the trailer then?
No.
So it's only in the theatrical
It's
release.
only in the title card of the theatrical release. It's not anywhere in marketing.
That's so interesting.
So that's how subtle it was.
Very cool. I mean,
hats off to you. What's his name?
no, hats off to you for figuring it out, but the director's name's Zach Krieger.
Hats off.
Tip of the cap to you, sir. So I wish mine had to do with Zach Krieger as well, but it isn't as fun as yours.
Oh.
Zach Krieger put his wife in the movie.
Okay.
Her name in the movie is Erica, but she's played by an actress by the name of Sarah Paxton.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's Bill Paxton's daughter.
Yes, yes.
And so that I thought was kind of cool.
And
like
that's
some
his
Hollywood,
wife?
Yeah, that's his wife in
The
real
director's
life.
wife.
Yeah, Zach Krieger's wife.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And so kind of some Hollywood royalty moving in right there, which is pretty cool. And so
was she in that mermaid movie?
About what?
Mermaids?
Is it called Mermaids?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Okay. I mean, I thought you were talking about like Little Mermaid, and I'm like, I don't think she was old enough, but maybe.
Okay, I'm looking this up. Let's see. She starred as the titular.
Yeah,
titular.
The titular, which means like it's very like engrossing in like you're drawn to that character, whether for good or for bad.
Okay, well, she starred as the titular or titular? 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 Titular?
Okay, you're getting too close to diddler and titular. I think it's
and
titular.
the main character.
Yes.
She played the main mermaid character, Aquamarine, in the 2006 film Aquamarine.
Okay. I never
The funny thing is I have never seen it.
Yeah,
I wonder if it was a Disney movie. Probably was. If I know about it, it probably was.
Well, yeah, I was wrong about that definition too.
Well, what does it mean?
Denoting a person or thing from whom or which the name of an artistic work is or is similar is taken. The work's titular song.
He's shaking his head.
I can't
He can't
remember.
believe it. He says,
No.
this is ridiculous.
Oh, it's titular.
Titular.
Yeah.
The titular mermaid role, Aquamarine, in the 2006 film Aquamarine.
Here you go.
Titular.
Titular.
Titular,
Titular.
but it's spelled Titular.
Yes. Thank you.
Evidently, you learned something else with this. But
So now we're going to use the word titular. Wait, how do I use it in a sentence?
I don't know. You'd have to look it up again and
Okay.
figure, because it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to skip past that one.
Yeah,
We're going to use our verbose vocabulary
exactly.
to vex and vanquish our enemies.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
And that was your second
Yeah,
movie fact?
like I said, I'm sorry it let everyone down.
No, my gosh, that was great.
Okay.
I just didn't want to interrupt you if you weren't done.
No, that was it.
Okay, there's also something that I thought you might enjoy.
Okay.
Award-winning director David Fincher provided behind-the-scenes support for Weapons, which is why he's thanked in the end credits. David Fincher. Do you know who he is?
I've heard of the name and I read the story, but please continue.
Okay, so some of his notable movies include Seven, Fight Club, Zodiac, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl, and he also earned Best Director Oscar nominations.
Yeah, from what Zach Krieger said was anything that he needed from David Fincher was he could pick up the phone and call him. He was on set a lot. And so that's really cool. Once
He's
again,
like a mentor. That's really awesome.
yeah, it's nice when you see and you hear people that are helping one another out just to make good film.
Especially someone more experienced.
Right.
Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. So, very cool. Thank you for another mini movie fact. You ready to dive in to our review of the movie?
Yes.
Well,
So,
ladies
Weapon of a
first.
Good Time. I don't know what that means. That doesn't mean anything. Okay, we'll see you at the review. For the movie. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Begins.
That's enough. That's enough. Everyone knows it's weapons. Here's the review.
Here's our review for weapons. I'll start off with He's laughing at me. Okay. I'll start off with story.
Okay.
I thought the story was very engaging and compelling from the beginning to the end.
Okay.
I was constantly thinking in my brain about different scenarios that it could be or different metaphors that it could have. And I think the mystery was not lost throughout the movie. Even 2/3 or 3/4 of the movie in, and even now after seeing the movie, I still don't know what some parts mean, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we, just like what you were saying about the negative spaces and trailers, it kind of allows us to build our own story.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah, we had every scene was enthralling. Like, we had no idea what was coming next. And I even wrote, which reminds me of his last movie, Barbarian, which was completely unique, like very original.
Right.
That's what I wrote for story. And the story was good enough that I had no idea it was over 2 hours. It honestly, it felt like 90 minutes.
Yeah, I am on the same page as you. I said it was one of the most original stories that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to give anything away by saying this, but seeing it from all the different perspectives, seeing who and what was going on with different characters, then how it all kind of culminated.
Yeah.
I had no idea until probably, I don't know, maybe the last 20 minutes of the movie what was going on.
Right.
And I loved that.
Me too.
And you could tell and that's kind of one of the cool things about sitting with an audience. You could tell everybody was kind of feeling the same way. Mm-hmm. People didn't get up out of their seats to go and use the restroom.
No.
Nobody was like making noises or everyone was just glued to their seat watching this because it's like a train wreck on top of a car crash, right?
Yes.
You don't know what's going to happen next.
Yes.
And I love that. And I thought it was like I said at the beginning, just a truly original concept that kept me guessing all the way to the end. I read a couple of the different alternate endings that he had written out. And
you did?
Yeah, and I'm really glad he left it the way that it was.
Okay.
Please let us know what you think about it and if you would recommend it for other people to see too.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me. Well, never mind. I'll save that for another one.
Okay, fantastic. So you're going to head over to acting?
Yes. So for acting, I wrote perfect, no notes. I think Julia Garner was perfectly cast for this. I don't know, the way she looked, she already is a great actress to me. She was in the Netflix series Inventing Anna, where it's kind of like it's about a real girl, like a con artist named Anna Delvey, and she goes and like lives the high life in New York as a fake socialite. She says she's like European royalty, and she gets hotels at these places for free. Anyway, in the movies that Julia Garner's in, I've never seen her in the movie. I've only seen the character.
Yeah.
It's like there's something about her that really transforms into the character. I don't know how she does it and how it's different than other actors or actresses. I mean, a lot of other actresses, they feel like that character, but this girl, like, I don't think I've ever seen her.
Yeah.
Like, even some of them, like even Fall Guy, you know that you can see some of their improv, and that's like probably them.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever seen her.
Interesting.
So
I mean, it would be interesting for you to maybe take a look at some of her interviews.
Yeah.
And see if she's like her characters or if she's someone who's completely different.
Yeah. I also noticed that she was in Sin City with Josh Brolin as well when I was on IMDb looking things up.
Dame to Kill For or the first one?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, there's two Sin Cities, just so everyone knows.
When was the first one? I feel like it was in like a
early 2000s.
2013 something.
Early 2000s.
Oh.
Because it came basically.
Then the second one.
Okay, great.
Sorry, go on.
You ask me questions and then you immediately cut me off. It's cool. Moving on.
No. Tell me.
No, there's nothing left to say.
Oh.
It's all good. Okay. So was that all you had for acting? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to read what I wrote because I don't usually do this, but I think it sums up what I was thinking perfectly. And it kind of dovetails or piggybacks on what Ashley's movie facts were. I think one of the coolest parts of this movie is how many people were originally attached to it. Mm-hmm. But because of COVID, the writer's strike, the actor's strike, there were quite a few changes to the cast. To deal with all of that and still be able to pull off all of the believability of the story just shows how committed and great the actors were that stayed along with the project. A special shout out to Amy Madigan, who plays Gladys.
Oh my gosh.
There will probably be some awards for her this year.
I'm sure.
And she probably inspired a ton of Halloween costumes is what I wrote down.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
Yeah, because I just figured like there's got to be a ton of kids that go out as the weapons kids, and then probably her.
Yeah.
Because it's so off-putting because we've all seen someone that looks like that, which is very strange.
Yeah. Or even reading some different articles about her.
Yeah.
It's like the way that they dressed her up is either like a crazy person, or someone who isn't human pretending to be a human.
Right. Well, the weird part about it, and this is the way that it resonated with me. If you work with me, or if you've ever worked with me before, you'll know that we used to have a post office. Now, this isn't going to give anything away.
Are you talking about you?
Yeah, me personally.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the director.
No. We used to have a post office
at the place that you work.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a woman that used to come in. She had bright red hair. And she had crazy makeup, and she was out of her mind. And what she was doing was she was buying and selling, or buying and reselling books to college students.
What?
So she would buy them used and then resell them and then ship them because you could get away with media mail at the time.
I was just going to say, I remember media mail because I did that when I moved back from New York.
But what she would do is she would fill up all of the boxes and then make us weigh them because they couldn't be over 50 pounds. So she would go in, grab a rolling cart, and have 6 or 7 of these long file boxes that had books, and she would just change out books so that way it didn't weigh too much for her to ship.
Okay, now this is something that needs to happen. If you're mailing that many things out, get a freaking scale.
Oh no.
Like, get a scale at home.
It was too heavy for her.
How'd she get the books there?
She put them in the back of their car one by one, is what she told us. And then she would offload them onto this rolling cart with these boxes, and she would put them in.
Yeah, but that's what you do with a scale. You take them and you put them on top of a scale.
She would make us put them on top of the scale because we, quote unquote, worked for the post office, which none of us were post office employees, so she always used to get really mad.
Yeah, and it was a free service for her.
Exactly. But that
Too bad
woman,
you don't charge for help. Yeah. Help with each package, $1. 2 if you're an annoying customer.
But that woman, when she would come in, people would run. You knew when her car would pull up, and people would pretend like they were doing something else. Or if you were stuck in the back working at the post office or our little postal annex, and someone would be in front of you and you would see her, you're like, oh no.
Oh my gosh. I imagine her driving the car like the one in Harry Potter where they get stuck in the Whomping Willow.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the Whomping Willow? Where do they get stuck?
Yeah, the Whomping Willow.
Oh, yeah. That like old blue convertible car.
Sort of. But anyway, the way that woman dressed and acted and the way that she made you feel, that's the way that this woman who played Gladys made me feel watching Weapons. It made
Really?
me feel incredibly uncomfortable and very off-putting because she would do what that woman did, which was just cut you off, talk over you, basically run your life over, and then she would leave and then she would come back. And you're like, please just don't come back here. Take it to the main post office. They have so many more people that could help you. It's, oh, but you guys are always so nice here. And so, yeah, it reminded me of that.
Zach Krieger modeled it after his aunt who comes into the post office, Ruby Krieger.
God. Yeah. What did you say her name was?
Ruby Krieger.
Oh, I thought you said Ruby Kruger. And I was like, yeah, Freddy Krueger's daughter. But anyway, I digress. It was just, it really reminded me, her acting really reminded me of that woman. And if any of you out there that listen to this worked with me, you will know exactly who I'm referencing and it'll make you laugh.
Or if you out there have worked and met someone like this,
Then you'll also
also
laugh
understand.
and laugh. All right. So that's all I had for acting.
Nice. For writing and dialogue, the first thing that I guess is the most common or most, what is it called? Conspicuous part is that it's broken down into chapters based on people.
Yes.
So I really like the way they wrote it that way.
If you've ever seen like Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, that is told from a bunch of different things and it kind of starts in weird different ways. But you build everything based upon these people that you're seeing and it kind of culminates in this one story. That's kind of the way that I would say that this was told.
Yeah. And I really liked it. Say a story timeline, not a movie, but a story timeline that the movie is showing you.
Right.
It's like A to Z. It's like even though the timeline started at different points and then went back in time for someone else's timeline,
Right.
there were such distinct, I don't know, occurrences.
Right.
So it wasn't confusing. It's like everyone had either a different uniform on or a different car out or a different scene was there. It was easy to follow the timelines, even though there were, what, 4 of them?
Yeah.
4?
5.
5.
I can't remember if there was 4 or 5, but it's one of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could not agree with you more. I thought it kind of reminded me of, in a way, like Caddo Lake a little bit because things were happening, but you're like, well, why would that have happened? And then they show it like it's something different. And you're just like, oh, that explains this.
Yes. So Weapons was so easy to follow in that timeline. For me,
Yes.
Caddo Lake was completely confusing.
Yeah,
So
that was because it had more to do with time travel rather than this. But this explained why
okay.
things happen. I was just saying like the way that you see it and like something happens and you turn and you look and then it's something else and then it shows, oh, when they went back, this is the reason why the person saw this.
Okay.
But I agree with you. This was very, even though it wasn't linear, it was.
Right. I agree. And I know that you always say, if you know anything about me for effects, I would say if you know anything about me for the types of movies I like or types of things I'm interested in is psychology.
Right.
So I'm very, very interested in understanding why people do things and seeing each story from someone else's perspective was incredibly interesting because it shows you how they came to different conclusions along the way and how each character transformed and what brought about those transformations. You're like,
Right.
oh, they had a completely different idea at the beginning than the end. And then when we watched the timelines, we could see exactly what occurred to help them change their mind.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah. And the way that the story was told was incredible.
Yeah. Is it visuals time? Visuals and direction?
Well, all I was going to say was for my writing and dialogue.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm like steamrolling you.
No,
over here.
you're good. Yeah, you're the lady in the post office. Not to be confused with the Lady in the Water, one of your favorite movies.
The lady in What Lies Beneath.
Oh, sorry. What Lies Beneath.
Oh,
Right.
such a good movie. Also, did you notice that Gladys from this movie and Gladys, the pianist from It's Always Funny, they both have the name Gladys.
Yeah.
How
But
fun!
I think that woman's name in SETI, her name was actually Gladys. And she was actually 98.
Oh,
She said, I never thought in my 98 years I would get to meet such wonderful people. And then I'm like, and both Charlie and Mac were like, well, Charlie was pretty good, but Mac and Dennis are like, I can't do this. This woman is too nice. Like, we can't make fun of her. She's too nice. And he said, well, did you make some time? I don't have time for this. We'll make some time.
they didn't have time for what, a party?
Yeah, she was saying like something about like she was talking about the whole Herbert Hoover or whoever the
Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah, Calvin Coolidge. And he said, yeah, I don't have time to hear this. And she said, we'll make some time. At any rate.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's what that is from. And it's about, it's around the Nightman.
Yeah, the Nightman Cometh.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you fact checking me on that. So the writing and dialogue, it was very easy for me to say because of how good the acting was and because of what you had already said originally about how many people were attached to the project, who could have been on it, who couldn't have been on it.
Right.
To know that I could see whoever they were going to say, I'd be like, they would probably be really good in that role. That means that the writing and the dialogue were like incredible.
Yes.
Because there's some people that you could see and you're like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this at all.
Right.
And for them to be able to have so many people go in, audition, not be able to work through it because of, constraints, and still to be able to come out with something like that, I think it just takes it over the top for me.
Agreed. Because these weren't even the first people they casted.
No.
So it's crazy.
Right. I completely agree. It was one of those things where when you watch it, there aren't wasted scenes. The dialogue is pretty good. There's a couple little funny parts to sneak in there because it can't all be serious.
Right.
But it is very serious. And I just loved it.
Yeah. It's kind of like reading a mystery novel.
Yeah. Like reading the Hardy Boys.
I was going to say Nancy Drew, but if anyone has read Nancy Drew, you know everything about her fresh dresses. She used to say that all the time. She put on a fresh dress.
Or you could be Reacher.
Reacher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
So for visuals and direction, I loved it. I thought the lighting was great. The effects were great. However, there were a few scenes where I think the gore factor seemed a little excessive.
Okay.
Like in the kitchen with the guys.
Yeah, nothing else to say about that because we're not ruining it for people, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
However, although I personally feel like some of the gore scenes were a little too long,
Okay.
I think they went on long enough for the audience to feel uncomfortable, which is probably the point.
Yeah.
So I liked it in that way.
Right.
Personally, I didn't like it, but I liked that it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Well, I think that's what happens when you're a good director and you use your visual representation because to your point, is that all you were going to say? I don't want to interrupt you if you had more you were going on.
Nothing yet. I mean, there's another thing, but I'll say that later. It doesn't relate to this.
Oh, well, I think when you have control as a director and you wrote it and you created this story, you just know what's going to make someone feel a little squeamish, a little weird. But once again, like the car crash on top of the train wreck, you just can't look away.
Right.
It makes you feel
Immersed.
Yeah, disgusted and weirded out and strange, but you can't look away. It's not like you're, oh my gosh, like, in one of the Conjuring movies or something like that, it's like that tension that builds up. It's like too much. The monster comes out of the closet or whatever else. I think the thing that was the best about this was that the monster,
like the timing felt realistic.
yeah, and the way that the monster wanted to prove its point, if that's what you want to say, was to make people feel really uncomfortable because you were going against human nature.
Yeah.
And so whenever you go against human nature and what you and I would normally do. There was in the first season of American Horror Story, she makes the guy like put his hand over the fire. She came to his dreams and made him put his hand over the fire, and it was like his hand got all burned up. And it was just like, is human nature. If it was hot that you would pull your hand away. So watching it like makes you feel that palpability. You're like, makes you squeamish a little bit.
Which reminds me of Companion.
Right. Exactly. So I thought the direction, the visuals were awesome. There wasn't a ton of CGI, and they made everyday places feel like scary, like a convenience store or a house or a school or, a hall where people are at. It just, you felt like there's nowhere that anyone can go that's safe.
Right.
And that's so interesting to me. So I think that's a great job of that storytelling and that direction and those details.
I concur. And I think each scene was so captivating. Like you were saying earlier, you can't look away, which reminded me of the scenes in The Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Every scene meant something, but it wasn't like boring. It was like everything meant something, but everything was interesting at the same exact time.
Right. Yeah. I agree, but The Fall Guy is interesting for different reasons.
Oh, completely. Yeah. Completely different
But I get what
type
you mean.
of
You
story
don't want to
too.
like take your eyes away from the screen.
Yes. It was like the car crash.
Right.
That one was more of like fireworks, and this one was a car crash.
Yeah.
But you couldn't look away.
Right. Exactly. So what did you rate it overall?
Overall, I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Whoa.
It is tied for my 100% Ashley ratings with The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy.
Right.
What did you give it?
I said the same exact thing.
You gave it a 5?
I gave it a 5.0. And I'll read you what I said because I think that's the easiest way for me to explain it.
Okay, I'll read mine after.
There's nothing more that I would want out of this movie. I think in all categories it was expertly done, and the audience will be taken from the opening credits all the way to the very end. We'll definitely watch it again and would honestly recommend to everyone who's of age that can see it.
I loved it. That was fantastic. And I definitely want to see it again. When it comes out on streaming, when we don't have to pay another like $20 for it.
Right.
We definitely are going to watch it again. At
100%.
least one more time.
Yes.
It was so interesting. There's so many different metaphors in it that you're going to want to watch it more than once.
I completely agree.
So for mine, I wrote, honestly, I don't think I would change anything. Loved it. Highly recommend the movie Weapons.
Oh, yeah.
It's more of a, psychological thriller rather than like a horror movie. I mean, there's a lot of gory parts in it.
Yeah, and it's an incredible movie. One of the most original ones that we've seen.
I completely
and I like
agree.
the storytelling in it a lot.
Agreed.
But some people didn't agree with this.
Oh, they did not. Let's hear what they said.
So here is a 1-star review. This movie is supposed to be the best horror movie of the year? LOL. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. What a joke. What did I just watch? This movie is pure trash. Overhyped trash. End of review.
My God.
Came out pretty strong there.
My God.
Came out pretty strong there with that 1-star review.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have 2 1-star reviews. One's
I hope it says overhyped trash.
a little longer than the other.
Okay.
Should I read both?
Just one is fine.
Okay.
I think we just need
The
to
short
do
one?
one bad one and one good one for all of them, so we end on a positive
That's
note.
kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 star. The title is, "This is the worst movie of the year." They write. Got to prepare
I
myself
was
for
gonna
this.
say, you're gonna have to go ahead and just breathing a ton of air.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know what to say. This is the worst movie of the year. I can't compare it to any other film because it would lose in any comparison. I even apologized to my husband for putting him through this experience. The only good things were the cinnamon rolls. No, that's not what they wrote.
Well, if you're eating cinnamon rolls with it, congrats to you.
Okay. The only good things were the cinematography and the child actor Alex. Other than that, I absolutely don't recommend it. Period. End of review.
Wow. Had to apologize to your husband?
I know, right? Come on.
It's not like
9
it's
people
not like
found
he-
this helpful. What?
Well, her husband was one of them. It's not like he took you to Magic Mike. Like,
Her husband was. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, her husband was one of them. But it's not like she took you to see Magic Mike or something. Or I don't want all the people out there that love the Twilight movies to get mad. But like, as a grown man, going and watching one of those movies is a little weird, I think.
Or what about like the Trolls movie? Trolls 2.
I mean, if you have a kid,
Escape to Troll.
yeah, you better
Trolls
be
2
careful.
Escape to Troll Town.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Toontown for trolls. I'm so sorry.
They're too much. They're too toony for Toontown, and they're too much of trolls for Toontown too. What the world?
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I just found that really weird that you had to apologize to your husband for taking him to see the movie, because at the very least it had some entertainment in it. You really hated it that much that the only thing that you got out of it was a good child actor and cinematography. That was it.
You know what's probably going on? She writes this. I had to apologize to my husband. The husband was like, I really didn't want to see this, but it was the best movie of the year.
Probably. He's probably the 5-star review you're going to read right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, we always like to end on a positive note for whatever we're watching and reviewing. So here is a 5-star review. Weapons was absolutely incredible. One of the best horror movies I've seen in a long time. What stood out was the originality. It was written beautifully, and the creativity made it unforgettable. P.S. I would watch an Aaaand Gladys prequel. LOL. End of review.
I loved that. An Aaaand Gladys prequel?
Yeah.
How fun.
I don't know how fun that would be.
I mean, I would love to know her backstory.
There you go. Well, maybe that will be, they'll do a weep.
A what?
Weep? Like weep for Aaaand Gladys? Because then she's going to create weapons.
Oh, WEAP?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Or they could do different ones for each
That's true.
each letter.
There you go.
What do
I
you
don't
got
think
for...
weapons doesn't have a G in it. But...
Well, Aaaand Gladys is the A.
Oh, I see.
So then you need 2 prequels and 4 postquels. Sequels?
That's too much. It's too
4?
many.
No, 4. Yeah,
Yeah,
4.
okay.
Because there's 7 letters. Okay. There are lots of children next door. No, there are 2. They're just very
Well,
loud.
no, they're playing with their friends.
Oh, there are lots of children next door.
Yeah. So if you hear any kids screaming, it's not us and it's not weapons.
The kids in the background. Okay. Now, I don't think this is a spoiler. It says spoiler, but it doesn't feel like it is to me. So I'll read it and then you can tell me if we can use it or not.
Okay.
The title is
You can't use it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to read this one. This one's better. 5 out of 5. Amazing movie. That's the title.
Nice.
I walked into the theater with 0 expectations, unsure of what to anticipate. To my surprise, I left feeling genuinely happy and thoroughly impressed by the movie. There are so many scenes that masterfully build tension, keeping you on the edge of your seat. The actors absolutely killed it. Their performances were raw, emotional, and completely captivating. The direction was outstanding, with every shot feeling intentional and impactful. The story itself was engaging, well-paced, and full of unexpected twists. Everything from the cinematography to the soundtrack elevated the experience. Overall, this film is a must-watch. I'd highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys gripping, well-crafted cinema. It's one of those rare movies that stays with you long after the credits roll. End of review. And
That's
I would
awesome.
agree.
Yeah, that's a very, very well thought out and written review.
Yeah, and it was short, but it was all, now I see, it was all in one paragraph, so that's why it was longer than all the other ones.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, these other ones are long, but they might have 8 sentences. This one probably had 12, but it was all compacted together.
Like I said, you can't win them all.
So it felt shorter, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Well, hey, that's a fantastic review and a great way for us to end this microsode.
Before we end, I have to tell you, you know how the 1 out of 10, okay, the 1 out of 10, helpful 9, and then thumbs down, they got a 5, or 1 out of 5, you know what I mean. They got thumbs down 5, the poor review I read.
Okay.
This one got helpful 9, so the same helpful thumbs up. 16 thumbs down for this 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5.
I mean,
How rude. That was a great response.
people just sometimes they don't like to read positivity.
You know what? Oh my gosh. It was a troll. It was a troll from the movie Trolls. They knew. They knew because
It wasn't one of the tunes.
No, because one of the tunes. So I've never thought about this before, but I didn't, it's not that I haven't thought about this before. I didn't look at this before, but I have 5 bad reviews and 4 good reviews just on my screen right now.
Right.
All of the bad reviews have more helpfuls than thumbs down. Mm-hmm. And all of the highest reviews have more thumbs down than helpfuls. So there has to be a troll, right?
Well, of course.
They're giving all the 1 stars.
Anybody who's voting for themselves, they're going to upvote it. So if you agree with somebody who wrote a negative review, you're obviously going to agree with that more than you are going to agree with somebody who wrote a positive review.
Yeah, but what about the positive people?
Positive people they go on living their lives.
They don't have time to
care about-
troll other people.
They don't have time for trolls or tunes.
Right. No troll tunes. No tune trolls.
No
Toony trolls.
No toony trolls.
Toony trolls. I'm imagining what are they called? Not the Aristocats, the Animaniacs.
Of course.
From Toontown.
Yeah.
With troll hair and belly button jewels. You remember those?
I do remember those.
Do they still have them?
I'm sure that they probably do.
Probably.
They probably took away the belly button stuff because I'm sure there was probably a choking hazard.
Yeah, I don't think they're probably glued in very well.
Don't sue us, Mattel.
Or Hasbro.
Or whoever has the stuff for that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks for listening to another Microsode.
absolutely. And thank you guys very much for all of the downloads. We saw that there were some people that aren't
New
even
downloads from Canada.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for downloading, liking, listening. We have some views on our YouTube shorts that you already mentioned at the beginning.
Yes.
But if you guys want to see some other creative things that we come up with, that's another good place for you to come and see our, I guess, banter and Ashley's incredible artistic prowess. I don't know.
On YouTube?
Yeah, the two brothers.
Well, yes, Two Brothers is definitely on YouTube. Oh, you meant because of the graphic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant our cover art.
Yeah, well, also, just in case you guys didn't know, Ashley does all of the cover art, and it's incredible.
It is so fun. I'm not a graphic artist, so please be mindful. No, be mindful. No, be wary.
Kind.
Be kind. Well, I mean, you can trash me if you want. Any review is a good review, and it's not a.
That's not true.
Not every review is a good review.
Yeah,
However,
we just read 2 1-star reviews that weren't very nice.
no, those weren't very nice. But if you have time, we would love if you could write a review that would be fantastic. You can give us any stars that you want, whatever you feel. And then you could write something, or you could just say thank you, or we love you so much, or you guys are the best podcast I've ever listened to. I'm kidding.
Any one of those would be great. It would make us very, very happy.
Yeah. But even if like you can add the stars, but if you want to like write a word, we would really appreciate that too, because it helps with our engagement.
Yeah, but not a word.
Fine. Period.
I guess so.
I guess that's not helpful.
Yeah.
I wish we could mark it helpful on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys very much
Yes.
for all of what you're doing with us. It makes us want to keep producing this and sharing our thoughts on movies with you guys. So until next time, goodbye from Bobby.
And Ashley.
And Stella, our special correspondent, though she didn't say anything today. Maybe she will in the future podcast.
Exactly. We bid you adieu.
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 For you and you and you.
There it is.
Okay.
All right. See you on the next Microsode.
Bye.